on BBC Radio Newcastle. It is Kelly Scott here. 13 minutes past 9 on National Joe Day. Did you know it was? Apparently this is huge in America. It's the day that you celebrate Josephine's, Joseph's, Jodie's, any of the above, any mixture of the above. That's what it's all about today. So I thought it was only right on National Joe Day to have my favourite Joe in the whole wide world, Mr. Joe McElderry. Good morning, Joe.
Finally, a day named after me. I've been waiting for this moment.
Do you know, I'd never heard of this before till I looked it up yesterday and I was like, why have we never celebrated? Do Joes know about this, or is this the first you've heard of it?
I had no idea. I did know this thing, isn't there now? You can get this app. I have read that you literally type the day in and you go on the app and it tells you every single day that is possibly a thing around the world. So maybe it's come from that. I don't know.
And what I like is when you look at these days, most of them include alcohol or food, which makes it really enjoyable. So you've got a perfect excuse. And now, how are you right now? Because I know obviously it's lockdown. You can't be performing live in front of audiences, but you have not stopped during lockdown at all, have you? Yeah, you've been doing loads of gigs.
Yeah, I mean, this is the last weekend of like the kind of consecutive online shows. We did like a series of Live in Your Lounge, which was great. You know, I've been so lucky that people have wanted to join us and come on the kind of transfer from live shows to live streaming. You know, I've been very lucky. But we are still going to do some over the next coming months, but they won't be as kind of like consistent every weekend. But it's been great. You know, I mean, it's weird and it's been a learning curve, but I just feel lucky that I've been able to do it because I've got lots of friends that haven't even been able to do that, you know, so you've got to take a positive from it.
You're actually doing a show tonight, aren't you?
We are. So it's the last one of the Live in Your Lounge. So it's a pyjama party. The theme is pyjama party tonight. I thought since the world kind of sort of slightly reopens in terms of people can meet in gardens and things like that, this is probably the last time we're going to be spending our evening in pyjamas for a long time, because I think everybody's going to want to get dressed up and go and, I mean, I'm getting dressed up to sit in my friends' gardens. I don't know about anybody else.
Oh, I will be too. You've got to watch out that nobody who's joining the whole Zoom thing doesn't actually sleep in a birthday suit, because that could be a little bit interesting during the show. Have you thought of that?
I didn't think of that, actually. Well, we can't control the cameras from my end. So if anybody does that, we can switch them off.
Now, I've joined loads of your Zooms and it's been brilliant. And you can tell everyone who's watching, including me when I was involved, have a brilliant time. How excited are you, though, to perform live in front of a crowd again and actually hear the applause, you know, right in your face?
I'm really excited, you know, and I think, like, it's made me realise how lucky I am to do something. You know, like everybody, like it becomes your job, and I do always love it when I do it, and it's really exciting and it never gets boring. But, you know, it becomes a part of your routine, and I think when that's taken away kind of unexpectedly, you realise how, well, certainly for me, I realise how lucky I am to do something that I love so much, and when it's not there, I do miss it, and I realise how much a part of my life it is, you know, not only just as a job. It's like, it's my life, it's what I live to do and love to do. So we're literally at the minute behind the scenes planning things, and we're penciling things in throughout the summer, and hopefully those things can go ahead. So we're getting ready to kind of make some announcements, relive stuff. So we have got some stuff coming, but it's you know, it's just getting it right and getting it all lined up and crossing off all of the things and making sure the regulations are in place and how it's going to be done and things like that. So it is exciting, but I'm just excited to get to that point where I'm in a dressing room and I'm like 5 minutes before the show. I think that's when it'll hit us, and I'll be like, "Oh wow, we're actually doing this. We're going back to how it used to be."
Joe, you've been being so busy during lockdown. You've even had time to get in the studio. Baby Had Your Fun was absolutely amazing, and you've been working on more music as well, haven't you?
Yes, I was in the studio last week. I was down in London last week working in a studio recording, which was weird, really strange again. You know, because I haven't been like properly to work in the last lockdown up until last week. You know, everything's been done from home. So that was nice, working on new material, more music to put out there. So that's exciting as well. And it finally starts to feel like, you know, the conversations we're having, you know, with management and things, and it finally starts to feel like we're getting somewhere. I think before that it was all kind of hypothetical, and you were like, if this happens, if that happens. But it seems to be like we're on the right track, and I'm touching wood, and I'm hoping we stay on that right track, and fingers crossed we get that normality in the summer.
Definitely.
Because I'm telling you, I will be there with bells on at every single show that I can possibly do.
I bet you will. And do you know what's amazing as well, for anyone who misses your senior live, they can actually follow you properly now with your vlogs, which I think are absolutely amazing. I actually just seen a post of one. It's your Grandma Hilda getting involved, as always, being an agony aunt. I love it. So for anyone who's not seen them, what can they expect on your vlog?
Yeah, well, just, like I've been asked quite a lot over the last year and kind of in the past as well, what goes on when you do this and what goes on when you do that. And I suppose, like I was saying before, I take for granted, like, some of the things that I do because it just becomes part of, like, you're getting up, you're getting ready, you're going to work. But I do get to experience some really cool things and exciting things. So I just thought, while we're in the process, of lockdown, we'll start planning that, when I'm out on the road, I can take people on tour and show them a day in life of. I've already done that kind of in lockdown. Grandma Hilda's been doing some agony aunt style stuff, which is very entertaining, and we'll carry that on as well if you want to. But yeah, I'm just going to start doing some fitness challenges as well and things that people can kind of join in and follow, and comedy things. But most of all, I'm like day to day, when obviously life kind of picks up back into the kind of the rat race of life, shall we say, and the rat race of the music industry. I'm just gonna film it and capture it and put it out as much as I can, because I think people find that interesting, like just what goes on and stuff that they don't get to see.
And definitely, when you say about the rat race, I think probably for you, I imagine this has been the only time in about a decade that you've actually got to spend in your own bed. In the place that you love, South Shields. I mean, obviously it's tough, work-wise, not being able to do exactly what you want to do, but it must be amazing being able to spend so much time with your family and, get to be in a place that you love so much.
Yeah, it has. I think I've been able to spend a lot of time with my family, and obviously at a social distance. I've been able to, I don't live with, my dad doesn't live with my mum, so obviously I've been able to see them both separately, like at a social distance, and I've been able to spend a lot of time with them that I normally wouldn't get, which has been lovely. And be in my own house, I like certainly in the first lockdown, I sat in my living room and I was like, I have not sat in this living room for 7 years. Like,
that's crazy.
which I think people think I'm making that up, but you know me personally, Kelly. You know that I rarely ever get to sit in my own house.
You never do. Yeah.
So it has been nice in that sense, but I have to say, I've lapped that up and I've enjoyed it, but I'm ready to get back out there now. I'm raring to go and I'm ready to see new places and just, it's nice to be in your house, but I'm a people person, I miss people. I'm such a social butterfly in the sense of I love to be around people all the time, and my job allows that, but also I've got a big friendship group and they live all over the country, not just up in the northeast. So I've missed them, and and you, obviously, we've seen each other on Zoom and things like that, but it's not the same, is
I
it?
can't wait to give you a big old cuddle. That's what I'm looking forward to. I know you're not a huggy person, but I'm hoping to change that when restrictions are lifted.
Maybe when it's allowed, I'll give people like a month-long window where I can say, right, all right, I'll be a huggy person for a month.
All right, I'll take that. I will take that. Oh, Joe, thank you so much for coming on. Honestly, if someone wants to join any of your Zooms right now, how do they do that?
So if you go to joemckelderryofficial.com/store, obviously tonight's the last one this weekend, but we are going to be announcing more throughout, over Easter and carry on forward. They won't be as kind of often, but we will still be doing them. But if you follow there, it's always updated on the website and you get all the tickets there, and it's really easy to follow. So come join the match.
Yeah, the madness, and then hopefully we'll be seeing you live on stage very soon as well. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend, and I hope you get lots of hugs, and you'll definitely get one of me as soon as restrictions allow.
Thank you.
Thank you.